I always choose the wrong guys. It started when I was 3 and only magnified as I got older. Brad, my high school boyfriend. Well, I called him my boyfriend. He just called me his friend. But he also called me when he wanted to hook up, so it was pretty much a complete mindfuck.
So, I've got to get to band practice.
So,
Later.
Okay. Brad was the first in a sea of men who treated me this way. In fact, it kind of became a nasty habit of mine to fall for unavailable guys. And by unavailable, I mean unavailable to me, simply for the fact that they didn't actually like me. But that was the whole appeal. You can start to see my problem here. After Brad, there was Rick. That's Rick's girlfriend, Melissa. They had been dating for 2 years by the time I met them in college. Rick and I hooked up several times. Nothing too serious, mostly just making out here and there. But I had it in my mind that he belonged with me, at least more than he did Melissa. In fact, there were a good 6 months where I really thought he might break up with her to be with me.
Hey, can I borrow those notes?
Sure.
Thanks.
He never did break up with her. A few years later, I found out they got married. I still wonder to this day, though, if he ever told her about us. Anyway, when I met James, I was pretty jaded in terms of intimate relationships. I did not want anything to do with men. Well, I guess I could look at a cute guy, if he happened to be standing next to me.
Dry is that the sequel to Wet?
No. It's actually the writer's experience with alcoholism in rehab. Well, it's not his experience, but he writes it as though it's his experience, or...
Well, that's really cool. I actually have a friend, Dan, who's in rehab right now. Yeah, well, out in L.A. He's actually in there with Tom Sizemore.
Tom Sizemore, the Tom
Yeah,
Sizemore?
Tom Sizemore.
No way.
Yeah, and I guess the other day, he told me that he took a cigarette from his pack and he went all celebrity rehab on his ass. And he said, "Don't steal a cigarette from a fucking addict, man. Just ask me next time." You know what I mean? Oh,
Yeah.
he's crazy.
Sounds,
Well-
crazy. Crazy is a good word for it.
I'm sorry. I'm probably freaking you
It's okay.
out.
It's okay.
I'm James, also known as an idiot.
It's okay, I'm well versed in the subject of idiots, so we should get along great. I'm Bryn.
Brent, that's a beautiful name.
Thank you.
Well, it's nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you, too.
Well, would you like to go out with me for coffee sometime, maybe?
Alright, fine. So we didn't take it slow. In fact, we moved in together. Things were great. For the first time in my life, I really thought I was in love. I seriously had everything I wanted. So why didn't I want it anymore? I didn't know what was wrong with me. I wanted to love him so bad, but for some reason my feelings had changed. I just can't belong to any club that would have someone like me for a member. I decided I should get some groceries. Make a romantic dinner for us. Anything to shake things up at this point. Yeah, that shakes things up all right. Why did you have to cheat? Why wouldn't you just come to me and tell me you were unhappy?
You knew I was unhappy. Come on, you're unhappy too, Brent.
That's such a fucking cop-out. He was right. I was unhappy. I don't know why I kept fighting for us, but I did it anyway. You are a coward. You should have just told me.
I'm sorry, I should have told you about Lisa.
Lisa? Wow, really? Lisa? Lisa, can you believe that? He said it like we'd already broken up. Yep. I'm moving out. And that was it. It ended as quickly as it began. What can I say? I always choose the wrong guys. We ran into each other about a year later. I was still single, of course, but much stronger because of my relationship with James. Seeing him again made me realize that. Relationships can be pretty ridiculous. So can love, for that matter. And I say those two separately because, let's face it, relationships and love don't always coincide. Henry David Thoreau once said that the only remedy for love is to love more. No matter how irrational and absurd my relationships have been in the past, I'll never deny the feeling I have deep down that says that my other half is out there somewhere. I just have to find him.